Shush, my language polluted. Onyx is heavyweight. It took the words right out my mouth. I walk a mile in my shoes. I pay so many dudes.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Stand by contingent. Hawks need a little bit more.
Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal.
All eyes are on the Eastern Conference in this game as the New York Knicks play this one at home. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday night edition of the NBA and all its great action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. We'll be catching up in a bit from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. You look at the Hawks. They feel like they're a better team than their record shows. And in games like this one, it's an opportunity to prove it. They can step it up and make a game of it. We'll see.
And right now for the Hawks, hanging where they are, right in the middle of the standings, will not make things easy for them down the stretch.
Oh, that's for sure. I mean, this is where the pressure really starts to build. Any little slip-up between here and the end of the season, and they could find themselves sitting at home for the playoffs.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Measuring is out there with Collins. Then there's Bradley Beal. And there's Jackson. And it's Walker in at the point guard position. And for the two teams tonight, the one thing they share in common, both on cold streaks, both are struggling right now. Doris, once you've lost a certain amount of confidence, how do you switch things around? How do you turn the tide?
Well, though it's difficult, you have got to maintain your belief and trust in one another through the struggles. Use the pain as fuel to greater effort.
And here is Teague after the three-pointer from Bradley Beal. Teague, the pass to Butler. Parker kicks to Butler. Lopez a screen. Baseline J on the way. Off the left rim and out. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And Beal kicks to Measuring. There's a good screen. And there's the feed to Beal. Clock at 4. From deep. Knicks with the rebound. In this matchup with the Hawks, it's their first meeting of the season. Here's Redick. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Redick's got his first points of the night. Hawks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Walker against T. Floats one up. He can't get it to go. Excellent D there from Parker. And now it's Teague running. He can go all the way. Doesn't go that time.
How do you miss that?
A slow start for Atlanta in this one. They trail by 3. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
You know, they worked hard, they drew fouls, but they just couldn't convert at the line.
I think that's the most frustrating thing, right? You've earned the opportunity to take those free throws, and you don't cash in at the line.
Here's Walker after Josh Jackson's bucket. Beal with it, out guarded by Redick. Shot off the pick. The kick out to Walker. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Boy, despite the miss, he did a really good job shaking himself completely free from the defense.
And Redick kicks to Teague. Lopez sets a screen for Teague. Feeds it to Butler. Passes it to Lopez. And that one is off. So Atlanta will take it the other way. Walker against T. And too long on the shot. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Dishes it to Redick. He's looking for Lopez and finds him. Shoots over Measuring, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Lopez has mastered the art of the pump fake. He gets the defense lifted. Terrific patience.
He's off on the second. The Hawks trailing. And it's Beal in the corner. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. And it's 6 points for Bradley Beal.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
Greg, the defense better start to disrupt his rhythm, or it's going to be an awfully long night for them.
It's a tie game in New York. And a guy who seems to improve every season.
It's crazy because I never thought that.
And hard to doubt the dedication of Jimmy Butler. He's found a way to overcome obstacles at each important point along the way.
You know, he's a self-made player, and if Butler can stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
Well, the commitment is evident, and they are simply phenomenal at their aggression on the defensive end right now.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And New York looking at who they've got. Teague out there with J.J. Redick. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Parker in at the power forward. The Hawks shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
That's good from Walker. And if there's one thing the Hawks have hung their hats on, it's been their defense.
Very disciplined across the board. They take charges, they protect the paint, they do a great job with their communication. And even though they get their share of blocks and steals, I think they do a great job of avoiding those cheap fouls.
Back to Redick. Takes the three. Kept alive by New York. Lopez right side. Screened by Parker. Teague for three. They get it back. The kick outside to Butler. Teague dishes to Parker. And it's Lopez at the elbow. And another shot. Collins grabs the miss.
He does everything right except drain the shot.
And it's Beal in the corner. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got 3 assists in the game. Teague against Walker. Over to the wing. New York moving the ball around. Lopez sets a screen for Butler. Goes back up. And Lopez gets it to go. Lopez has got 6 points.
Well, this team likes to see Lopez working hard on the glass. That's a part of his game he must continue to improve upon.
Here's Beal. That doesn't go either for Beal. Knicks trail by 4. And Doris, it's nice to see Brook Lopez the last few seasons stay relatively healthy.
Well, I think for 7-footers, anyone who plays on the interior, you can get such wear and tear on the body. I think he's taken motivation from those injuries, and he's making the most of his time on the court.
Walker against Parker. Jackson kicks to Beal. Beal with another miss.
Well, there's no consistency from the field in this quarter. We'll see if he can get his shot going.
Lopez, a screen on Walker. And here is Teague. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Parker, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And Greg, when Jabari Parker is healthy, he has shown that he can be a go-to scorer in this league.
Parker reminds me a bit of how Carmelo Anthony looked at the same age. His ability to just blow by defenders is going to always be something he can lean on. Just fantastic with how efficient he is at this age.
Pass to Beal. Shot from 16, and he hits the jump shot. He's got 11.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Let's lets a floater go. Parker's shot is off. The Hawks leading by 4. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Collins, good.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Outside T. Pass to Parker. And Redick kicks to Lopez. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Lopez has got 8 points.
Boy, love watching Brook Lopez go to work. Superb at playing to his strengths down on the box.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Hawks on. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime
Welcome
Show.
back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. This big mountain of a man is Shaquille O'Neal. A competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. If you look at the second quarter scoring, they had a small edge.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull. And so it's Atlanta with it. They lead by 4. And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. They've got Jackson. Bradley Beal is out there with Kemba Walker. Then it's Collins, and it's Mejri in at the 5. Jackson passes to Mejri. They set the screen. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. Doors with every team now having shooters who can space the floor, such an important part of their offense. Who are some of the best players at taking advantage of that with the dribble drive?
Well, there's certain guys who you sit there and say, there's no way I'd ever want to be a lone defender in transition trying to deal with the ferocity of a Russell Westbrook drive, the absolute majesty of Kyrie Irving's handle, the combination of strength and athleticism of LeBron James. I just want to tell those defenders, you've got to step back, boys, and get out of the way.
You know, you make such a great point. As much as I admire the three-point shooting of Steph, of Clay, and majesty of LeBron, the dribbling ability of Kyrie Irving, to me, is absolutely jaw-dropping.
This guy does not have explosive athleticism. It's a product of clearly somebody who has always had the basketball in his hands. It's majesty in motion.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Redick. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Oh, a lapse defensively, and they actually get away with it. Bad idea to leave him open consistently, though. Well, an 0 for 3 start to the second half. They're going to have to start tightening things up on the offensive end.
Redick setting the pick for T. He feeds it to Lopez. Shoots over Mejri, and nothing but air on that one. The Hawks leading. Jackson dishes to Walker. The pass to Collins. Kicks it to Jackson. And stolen by Butler. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Walker trying to free himself up. Drains the jumper to finish the break. Butler's got his first bucket in this one.
We call that the stop and pop, one of Butler's best tricks for losing a defender. That is nice.
There's Beal with the 3. Second chance shot. Collins, good. Collins has got his second bucket tonight.
That's all about the positioning right there. Doesn't let anybody beat him to the spot before he can get the follow-up.
T kicks to Lopez. Mejri with the rebound. Mejri's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Well, Brook Lopez was drafted by the Nets. Remember, he played almost a decade there. Half in New Jersey, the other half in Brooklyn. And when that team went young, it made sense to move him to a more competitive environment.
Shot's good by Walker.
And he's kind of always had that shoot-first mentality for a point guard. And when you can shoot it like Walker, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Teague, the pass to Parker. Here's the dish to Butler. Lopez sets a screen for Parker. Redick for 3. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Redick Raddick's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Knicks. And Lopez saw a little of everything with the Nets.
Well, you think about he played under 5 different head coaches and double that if you count the interims he had to play with. So even though he spent so many years with one franchise, there was not a whole lot of continuity for him. A free agent after this season, we'll see if he can find a more stable situation.
And yes, it's good. Collins has got 6 points.
Listen, this guy's got the green light at any time, but Beal with the nice look to set up the open shot.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Parker dishes to Butler. Back to Parker. Lopez a screen. And Parker, here we go. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line tonight.
And on the season, he's just a shade under 80 from the line. I'll bet he'd like to get that up over that mark.
And Parker drops them both. Walker against T. There's the pick from deep 3-point range, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Hawks lead by 1, and we'll be back with you right after this. Let's listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team in the huddle.
Let's be the one that just plays harder.
And thanks for joining us again as the 4th quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. New York trailing. Jabari Parker is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Teague in at the 1. That's the 5 for New York right now. Just 4 to shoot. Shoots from the elbow. Rebound by the Hawks. Mejri's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Walker kicks to Collins. On the wing, Jackson. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's the screen. The feed to Beal. From deep. Lopez grabs the board. Lopez has got his 4th rebound in this one. Butler goes in, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Atlanta gets called for the foul.
Well, think of this. Back in 2011, Jimmy Butler was the last pick in the 1st round. He's gone from a guy with a reputation as hard worker to real star.
And watching Jimmy Butler, he just offers so much on offense from a scoring standpoint. You know, obviously he can get to the rack and draw the defense to him. Also really improved his ability to knock it down from beyond. Just a complete offensive player.
And Walker kicks to Jackson. Back to Walker. Collins a screen on Teague. That's a 2-pointer from Walker. Atlanta gets it back in a new 24. This one for 3. Cans it from downtown. And the Hawks lead by 2. Well, as we move into the 4th, it's been an even game.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
Teague, the pass to Butler. Stolen by Walker. Pass break here. Here come the Hawks. Jackson's got the ball. Inside. Here's Mejri. And count it, and a chance for 1 more at the free throw line.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
A little over a minute and a half of the 4th quarter gone now. Butler sets a screen for Teague. Lopez right side, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul called on the Atlanta Hawks.
Well, you have to like the length of Brook Lopez and the fact that he understands he has that advantage on both ends of the floor.
Brook Lopez hits them both. Here's Walker. stolen by Jeff Teague. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Wasted no time on that one.
Well, that's just a beautiful release on the jump shot. Teague's form is as pure as it gets.
Redick against Beal. He kicks it to Walker. No good on the three. New York with the ball. It's a one-point game. Teague dishes to Parker. Feeds it to Redick. Over to the left wing. Here's Lopez. Not enough on that one as it misses.
I'll tell you, he's not going to get in his coach's good graces if he's missing wide open looks like that.
Jackson kicks to Walker. He dishes it to Beal. Off the screen. The shot, no good. And New York will come the other way. Redick is in the corner. Teague, the pass to Parker. And Redick kicks to Lopez. Shoots over Mejri. Lopez with another miss.
Boy, just enough defensive attention to throw that shot off target.
Jackson, it falls!
Fearless, decisive, on point.
Which is exactly what you have to be, especially when your team needs a bucket.
And Redick kicks to Lopez. Another shot. It's good! And that shot brings them to within just one.
Oh, my goodness. Lopez with a big-time delivery from the big man.
Walker with it. Here's the teardrop. Buries it.
Unbelievable basket. I mean, giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
And he knows how much was riding on that possession. He wanted to score.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Kemba Walker.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what David Fizdale said to the team. He told them we've got to make the most of every chance right now. This is a winnable game, but we've got to make plays. I can see if they can come back.
Thank you, David.
Lopez loves this pressure. He thrives in moments. He shows his greatness. Nice shot.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
16 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And so they foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, how about the nerves there? Those free throws put them in a very good position. 3 points clear.
New York calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. 15 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And right now, you can go for the 2 and then a quick foul, or go for the home run.
Well, you've got to be smart regardless of what you choose to do. You shouldn't just heave the 3 if it's not there. Let's see what happens.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
How about all 4 of Bradley Beal's brothers chose to play college football? The outlier and the wiser choosing round ball.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
Redick with the 3. New York, no good that time either. And so the Hawks take the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a